Awesome. Hello, you guys.
What's going on?
Welcome.
We've been waiting for this one. We told you we got him. We snagged him.
We snagged him. Welcome to the More You Know podcast with Key and Will. Today, we are here live. Norman and Associates office. We are here with Jeremy Norman.
Yes.
We love him so. He is CEO
too,
and broker of Norman and Associates.
Yes, we are here at the Atlanta headquarters, and this office is so beautiful. So beautiful.
I'm excited.
What do you think about the new office?
I really can't put it in words when I first walked through the building and saw our furniture in here. Coming from an apartment complex and then being able to be in a Dunwoody area, 4,000 square feet, and
Right.
This
view.
We will be showing you guys
the
this
view
view
for me right now.
It's the view.
Listen, Jeremy, I just want to say, we are Norman and Associates agents.
Yes.
Proud
Day
of it.
ones too.
And we're excited. We're excited to be able to have this interview, and really our first guest interview.
Yes.
And it couldn't have been nobody
podcast.
but Jeremy Norman.
Thank you for doing this for us. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. I feel special. The first one, I get to kick it off. I hope I don't mess up, y'all.
All right, so Jeremy, tell us a little bit about who is Jeremy? Who are you? Where did you come from? And how did you even get to all this?
You know, somebody asked me that same question yesterday, and I think now I'm rediscovering who Jeremy Norman is. So I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, started in real estate back in 2004, so I'm coming on 19 years in real estate. So started in Birmingham market, worked in the Birmingham market for 9 years, worked at firms as far as Johnson Realty Company, Keller Williams, became one of the top Keller Williams in the whole state of Alabama 4 years in a row, and then decided I needed a little bit more territory across the board. So I came over here to Atlanta. So I came over here to Atlanta. I think I'm coming on 8 years in the Atlanta market doing real estate. So I decided I'm working for Keller Williams here, doing luxury real estate. Had some athletes that I was working with, so I started kind of like a sports and entertainment division. I think that's what I really picked up a lot of momentum of, a lot of people knowing who I was. And started mentoring a lot of agents. So I remember in 2016 started a mentorship program, and then I had about, at the end of 2016, almost 70 agents of like mentoring across the United States, just helping them out with different things. And so, but the one thing I kept seeing on all of my years in real estate is the lack of minority in the luxury real estate arena. And so when I started digging deeply into real estate, and I realized that African Americans, we only make up 7% of realtors in the whole United States.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
when I heard those numbers, I said it was time for me to do something and create a different type of company. And then I
Right.
birthed Norman and Associates.
And that you did.
So why did you start real estate? Like, what made you want to go into real estate?
So I had a crazy story on that. I was playing football at Jacksonville State University, doing my degree in financing. Didn't even know anything about real estate. So, but my advisor said I needed another elective to go along. So I, of course, need a couple more hours. And so he gave me an option. He gave me a real estate class, and I think the other one was kind of like PE class. And I was like, okay, let me take this little real estate class. I get a couple hours of it and doing. So I'm sitting in the classroom and I'm listening to the professor talk about real estate and all that came along with real estate. I found myself so interested in it that I went back to my dorm and started researching more of it. And I started saying, oh, hold on. He sold a house and made that. I'm a people person. I could do real estate. And that's when I actually fell in love with real estate while I was in college. But I knew nothing about real estate until I was in that class.
Wow. And then you went straight into real estate after that?
Went straight into real estate, so much to the point, and I never really tell this story a lot, but I'm going to start telling it more. I couldn't let off that passion. I'm a very passionate person, so when I feel like I found something and I found like why God put me here, nobody's going to stop me. And so I made a decision. I opted out on playing my senior year in football to go directly into real estate. So I left Jacksonville State, transferred over to UAB, and went straight into real estate on it. So A lot of my friends was like, no, don't leave. You your junior year, you got to go be a senior. I'm like, man, look at I found what I came
Your
here for,
passion.
my passion,
Your
and I
passion.
went directly into it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I think that says a lot about when you're passionate about something, you master it.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what you have done. You have how many locations now?
We have 3. Excited. I can't even believe I said that. 3.
Because you started, and I think you said this a little bit in the beginning, in an apartment.
Apartment complex. So when I first decided to push Norman Associates out in 2018, I said, look here, Jeremy, let's take it slow. My first vision was a boutique company. So I got an apartment in Dunwoody. The conference room was free. All I had to do was be the first one to call about 7:45 in the morning. And y'all should have seen me on a Wednesday morning. I'm like dialing that number.
Right.
Can I get to the conference room at 11 o'clock?
Right.
And then I started getting to know the girls in there and kind of gave me a little dinner, and they put me down all the time. But started an apartment complex with 4 agents. And then from the rest there, trained, and we were right here.
Wow.
Now, your 3 locations, you have Atlanta, Birmingham, and Huntsville.
And Huntsville. So Huntsville is our new location. We're very, very excited about that. We're doing a lot of relocation in the Huntsville area. We're a part of the Blue Origin, which is Jeff Bezos' space company. So we're helping them transition over 2,500 people into the market.
Right.
Now, I know we talked about Miami at one point because I'm from Miami. Gotta give a shout out to the 305 Dade County. So we're gonna come. We're gonna be making
we coming.
it.
We coming.
We coming.
I get that question probably every month. When you coming to Miami? When you coming to Florida? So we're gonna make our push in Florida probably the first of next year.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
So
That's beautiful.
what we try to get with these podcasts is really we want our audience to take away something that they hadn't had before, like to understand and think about, to think differently. What is it about real estate? Why is it so important that individuals understand the importance of real estate and how it can impact generational wealth?
Man, it's if you look at it, the way to wealth is what? Real estate.
Yeah.
So if you look at every successful person, it was probably a family member that passed a land down to them or a house down to them. And if you remember that they bought that house back in 1930 for $100, and now that house is worth $2 million. That generation of wealth just keeps on going in the family and it gets passed down. So unfortunately, when I grew up in my neighborhood, we had more people renting than we had owning across the board. One of my proudest moments is when I got a chance to work with my mother. Shout out to you, mother, on helping her purchase a home. And it was just a blessing to me, and then it led into me helping my father purchase another home. And just the way to wealth is through real estate. Being able to pass something down, real estate is never going nowhere.
Right.
It's the one thing that no matter what you own, everybody got the place to live, and it's the way to wealth.
Whether they're renting, whether they own, whether they invest, there's so many facets.
There's so many facets.
Yeah, I was talking to an individual the other day. Hit us up on LinkedIn, and young gentleman. He's about 19 years old, and his mom reached out and was like, "Hey, my son is." I thought she was interested. She said, "No, my son keeps asking me about this real estate stuff," and it just blew my mind. And I was so excited. And we're going to be meeting with him in a couple days just to talk to him and give him that knowledge, because he's 19. If I had the knowledge that I have now at 19,
oh man,
oh my gosh!
Like I said before, I didn't know about real estate until I was in college, and at that point, I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
So think about that long period of time. I never really knew the importance of real estate until I got into my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, I'm happy about social media and these podcasts is because I have a 17-year-old son now who's in high school, but all his friends follow me on social media. So now all of their parents saying, hey, my son is interested in real estate. So I got the young generation interested in real estate. I'm getting them now at 16 years old, reaching out to me and saying, hey, I would love to work for your company. Do you need any internships?
Right.
And it's a beautiful site. So I'm hoping that I'm glad that we're bringing more exposure out to an industry that minorities don't get a chance to be in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is everywhere.
Great transition.
You go to the grocery store, that's real estate. You go to the bank, that's real estate.
Everything.
And they're crazy, they're not making no more land.
No,
I tell folks,
Kind of
get you
impossible,
some,
right?
get you some land.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Jeremy, Will and I have been in this real estate market for what, 4 years? And in those 4 years, so many people have come to us and said, can you give us some information about becoming a real estate agent, becoming a realtor? How do you do that? What would you say is your recommendation to someone, maybe your top recommendation to someone who wants to get into the real estate game or become an agent or a realtor?
Well, the first thing I tell them is, of course, we have, I think it's 72 hours of a class. And so I kind of refer people right now to the Georgia MLS, or if it's Birmingham, it's the Alabama Real Estate School. To start off, because they have different classes. You can take it online, you can take it in the classroom. I was more in the classroom type of person. That I needed to say, hey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Old school. So I tell everybody that's the first step. Let's take your class, go through the class, and see if you actually love real estate. Some people hearing the hype about real estate, but they don't actually know it. But once they go to the class, they can see if it's something. And real estate will find a way of weeding you out.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to take that test, is
faint
not
of heart.
easy. No. And so it's about determination on that test. And so the first thing is, let's get that class. You can sign up. You can find probably just Google wherever you are. Go on to the if it's Georgia Real Estate Commission. They have a list of all their certified instructors. And then if it's Alabama, if it's Tennessee, just Google Tennessee Real Estate Commission, and you can see a list and you start kind of take your classes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Real estate has really changed our lives financially, and just from a relationship standpoint. We've met so many
Yes.
brilliant, wonderful people in this business of real
Through
estate.
you, we've connected with some wonderful people.
So that's another joy.
Wonderful people.
A lot of people have been connected through our firm, and a lot of friendships,
Absolutely.
family. I love seeing that. So when I'm seeing a picture, when I'm seeing they got together,
Yes.
That's
It's
love.
awesome. It
Yeah.
is. It is, So, I always say, like just said it a moment ago, being a realtor is not for the faint of heart. I think people see the
They see the glam, the social media,
and your,
and-
photo shoots and podcasts or whatever you think real estate is, and then they get in there and they're like, wow, this is not easy.
I was just teaching earlier today. I had an orientation class, and I was explaining to them, and this is how I'm going to put it to everybody now. Real estate is one of the industry where you have low cost getting in. You may be able to get your real estate license for $600, but it's one of the toughest industry
It
to
is.
survive in.
It is.
The reason why you have to be focused in this industry. And it weeds a lot of people out because, I only paid $600. And then when they don't get their first transaction, in a couple
It's
months,
frustrating.
what are they? They're gone.
Yeah.
But the people that are very passionate about it and say, look here, I'm going to sit down wherever it takes. I'm going to be successful in this industry are the ones that love it and the ones that are around for a long period of time. So low cost, but it takes a little bit more to succeed in this industry.
It takes tenacity. It truly does. It truly
Determination,
does.
willpower.
Yes, it's all of it.
All every last bit. I tell somebody, I have a lot of moments in real estate where I was like, oh my God. I remember one particular time where I was so stressed out because I had just had a son, and I'm trying to provide. I'm just getting in the industry. I had deals to fall through, and I remember being at a stop sign, and I was just like, had let that frustration out, regroup, and I said, okay, I can either let this stress take me out, or I could buckle down and keep
That's
on going.
right. Yeah.
And it was something
Yeah.
I was passionate about. I wanted this, and I said, no, this is for me. Buckle
Yeah.
down.
So how do you actually? Because I think about this all the time. Because those who know or follow Jeremy Norman, this brother travels
Oh, he does so
from
much.
Atlanta to Alabama. They say, and how do you? Because you really motivate a lot of people out there, including
You do.
including us.
You are
Um,
such an inspiration. You
So
truly are.
so where do you get the drive? What is your why?
My family and my children. I just had a little baby girl, and I have a son.
Congratulations.
And I have my son. Yeah. I made a big risk on stepping into Atlanta and starting the company, which means that I step away from them for its quality time. And so I said, okay, if I'm going to do this industry, I have to do whatever it takes to keep the core values where family, God, and business. And so those three orders, I would never let them slip apart. So if I got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make sure I make a family event, and which y'all see I do it a lot, I'm going to do what I got to do to get to those football games or those special events, Father's Day, Mother's Day, wherever it got to take. So I'm going to have 2 hours of sleep. I got to do that. That's one of my core values. Yeah. And then God, which I couldn't be here without him. Yeah. And then real estate, which I love. So why I do what I do and how I'm able to do what I do, I keep those core 3 values.
And you've been so successful. So those those 3 core values clearly have sustained you. I mean, because you've been extremely successful. We're so proud of you. We're happy to be a part of your brokerage. You know, again, you inspire us, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Feel honored.
So, Jeremy, if there's one thing you would want to leave the audience with, what would that be?
Well, I have a quick question before we kind of leave the audience. This real estate market in the past 2 years has been totally
different.
Very different. You know, it's not like what we saw back in 2007 where, you know, we had this crazy crash and just, you know, craziness going on in the market. It's different. It's very different. Interest rates have skyrocketed just in 2 years. Where do you see the market going based on all this change?
I see the market staying the same.
Okay.
You know, people are looking for the great crash, the 2007, 2008 crash. It's not going to happen. We're dealing with supply and demand. I don't think we're going to be able to catch up with the amount of supply out there. So right now what's happening is those price ones from $200,000 to $500,000 are being squeezed in this market right now because of, you know, affordability in housing in that particular area. And then the ones for $500,000 and above, somehow cash has been coming a whole lot. I don't know where to get this cash from, but
I don't either.
Cash is coming out across the board. So they're getting outbid. So your traditional people were getting loans are getting outbid by those cash deals on it. So this market is supply and demands. It's not, you know, the banks making bad loans or this is happening, the economy. No, it's like I want a house and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get a house.
And the house of my dreams, evidently, right?
So to answer your question, I see it just staying the same. I don't think we're going to go down low. This is the new norm.
Wow. Okay, interesting take on it. I wanted to make sure I heard that from you because it's just been such a crazy time. So, yeah. Yeah,
so this is, Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book long time ago, and he was talking about the middle classes who are going to get wiped out. And then now, me reading that book when I first got into real estate, probably about 2008, I'm starting to see a lot of things that he put in that book starting to happen. Our middle class is shrinking right now. Yeah. So either you're on one end of the stick or you're on the other one. And the one in the middle
anymore. Yeah.
So it's renting. We're going to have a lot of renters in this market right now until we can catch up. And I don't know exactly how long it's going to take us for our supply change. When we shut down, everything kind of got wiped out for supply chains. Now trying to get it cranked back up. So you asking something that's been going for 30 or 40 years to get back on that level.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it took us 30, 40 years to get to that level. So it's going to take a minute to get back to that level.
Yeah.
And we'll reference that book here as well so that people can check it out, especially folks who are interested in being in real estate. So we'll note that. All right. So Jeremy, thank you so much. You know, one last question for you is, you know, where do you see the future of Norman and Associates going?
If we keep on doing and keep God with us, the largest minority real estate company in the global. Yeah. We're already doing that now. Yeah. We're inspiring a lot of people across the United States. We're doing things that has never ever done before. There's never been a minority company that I know of, and I'm trying to fact check it, that have been as the size that are transactions that we're doing and the impact that we're making on the community. So we will be the largest minority real estate company in the United States.
That is awesome.
You're number one.
That is awesome.
You're number one. All right, Jeremy. So folks who want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
How can they find you?
You can find me at Jeremy_Realtor. That's easy. I'm always on there.
Jeremy all over the place. Just type Jeremy Norman, you'll find him. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Listen, Jeremy, we really appreciate it, brother.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm the first guest.
We did it. Thank you so much. We know you're super busy. You're always doing something for everybody. everybody. And we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on. And this podcast, a success. I promise you, I know them.
All right.
All right, you guys, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We got more to come.
Absolutely.
Jeremy
Boy,
knowing
you know.
Let's go.
When you know better, you do better, you guys.
Yep.
All right.